Brutal lessons in life. That's what we're talking about. Hi, my name is Rafa Godlove, and welcome to the School of Life. It's a program where I try to teach you life lessons in a way that is easy to understand, and the intention for all of these is to make you a better person and help you make informed decisions. I'd like to share with you now some 5 brutal lessons in life that, I'm telling you the truth, they don't teach in schools. People don't talk about it. People are scared to talk about it, but that's why I'm here, to stir up conversation and to teach you things that you otherwise not hear somewhere else. So without any waste of time, first things first, respect is never given. Respect is earned. That's the first life lesson, which is brutal in life. I've seen people in families and in society and things like that are like, oh, you need to respect me. I'm an adult. I'm the bigger person. I'm the that. Respect is never given. And I'm not talking against African culture and African, respect protocol. But respect is never given. At the workplace, respect is earned. You need to prove that you can be respected. Even in a family, sometimes you have family members that will say, do contributions and give me the money, let me start a business. You give them, and that the bigger person, and they don't do any business, and the business fails, and they've never managed anything properly. And now you want people to respect you just because you feel that you're big. It doesn't work like that. Respect is earned. You need to prove all the time that you're worth respecting. Okay, it's like they say, respect yourself and people will respect you. Hold yourself with high value and high morals, and keep to your word and hold yourself to integrity and all of that, and people would naturally respect you. Respect is not something they just hand to you on a platter of gold. Even in a family circle, even in society, even in whatever, at your job site and anything that you do, you need to earn it. That's the first brutal life lesson that people will not tell you straight to your face, that you need to earn it. You need to prove that I deserve to be respected. That's the first thing. The second thing you need to know about life, and it's a very important lesson, is that human love is conditional. Human love is conditional. You ask somebody, why do you love me? They'll always start with, because. That's a conditional kind of phrase. Because. I love you because. I like the way you pronounce words. I like you because you're cute. I like you because you just have a bubbly attitude. I like you because you buy me gifts. I like you because. There's always a because. So the human love is conditional. And so if you're going to sit and feel that people are just going to love you like that, it doesn't happen like that. People don't love you for nothing. And so for you to remain loved, you need to find out why people love you. And you stick to that. Or do more of it. If people love you because you give them gifts, then give them more gifts. It's a lesson in life. Love doesn't just come like that. There's always a reason why people love. Okay? And if you're in, say, broken marriage or a broken relationship and you're wondering, how do I go about fixing it? You could just write down why you loved the person in the first place. Okay? And you tell them that I came into this relationship, I really loved you because you were understanding and you were kind and you were that. I know that you have an anger problem, but I really love you because of this, because of that. And when you tell people the things that are good about them, you just make them want to do more. So that's the second lesson, that love doesn't just come like that. It comes because of a reason. And sometimes when there are issues, you can find out what the reason was that even brought you together. And I always say that even as a nation, I'm talking to Cameroonians, even as Nigerians, because I don't consider myself, I'm sorry, but I don't consider myself a Cameroonian or I consider myself a child of the world. I'm like a universal citizen. We all are human beings. The fact that we're born in some part of Africa and you're born in Australia and things like that, it don't make no difference. We all are human beings and we just want to live our best lives here on earth. That's like our main focus in life as human beings, that we want to become our highest self. We want to become the best versions of ourselves that we can be. And so in that light, I feel that I'm a child from every nation. irrespective of my skin color, irrespective of the way I pronounce words. So human love, it's not something that it's given like that. It's something that is it comes with a condition. Okay, it's something that is conditional. There's always a reason behind it. And if relationships are broken, then think about why you love them in the first place. I tell people all the time, and I'll just say that as a human race, okay, black, yellow, red, white, whatever skin color that you are, what binds us together is bigger than what separates us. I speak to Nigerians. What binds us as Nigerians is bigger than what separates us. I speak to Cameroonians. What binds us together as Cameroonians is bigger than what could ever separate us. Okay? So let's live in harmony and live in unity. The third brutal lesson that I want to share with you is that you're only as good as your last performance. You're only as good as your last performance. This is important for entertainers. This is important for anybody in leadership at all, that people value you only with respect to your last performance. And so you have to always be on your tiptoes. You have to develop yourself. You have to keep improving yourself and working on your skills and things like that, without which you become obsolete. Obsolete means you're out of use. You're not relevant anymore. Okay, so to keep relevant, you have to keep working on your trade, working on your craft, and working on everything that makes you relevant, because people judge you only from your last performance. I have seen television presenters that had like a long career, and once they retired, it didn't even make up to 3 months. People didn't recognize them no more. I'm telling you the truth, they were hosting events everywhere across the country. They were just like major names and things like that. Once they got off the big screen, somebody replaced them, and the same mouths that praised you now are praising a new person. So entertainment is crazy. But that's a life lesson. Life is like that. And so the lesson here is that you don't need to have a sense of entitlement. That's a lesson. You're as good as your last performance. When they say everybody has to, like, every dancer has to someday leave the stage, okay? You're as good as your last performance. You don't need to have a sense of entitlement. Oh, I used to be the boss, and I used to be yeah, it's okay. And if you're in a position of leadership, you need to carry yourself with a lot of humility, because you're not going to be there forever. Keep that in your mind. You're in a position of authority. Just keep it in your mind that I'll need to leave someday. And treat people nice and carry yourself in a way that once you leave that position, people will not want to be happy that you've left. And people will not want to say derogatory things about you, like, oh, this one was so proud and this one was so arrogant and things like that. So it's a life lesson. You need to understand that you're as good as your last performance, and someday you need to bow out and make room for other people. Okay? I think that's what is wrong in the world generally today. People don't want to bow out. People, even when it's not their season no more, they want to still bully their way. They want to still, want to prove that they've been there before, even if there are people with better skills that are coming now and that can do things a little better than you used to do and things like that. So I think that it becomes a lesson that we need to learn, that you're there right now, enjoy it while it lasts and make beauty out of it, but get ready to go, because at the end of the day, you're as good as just your last performance. So if you want to remain relevant, then you need to keep upping your game. And at a certain point in time, you will eventually have to go. So that's the third lesson. The fourth lesson, and it's a very important lesson. I don't know if I should make my voice a little stern, because this one is a serious lesson. It's that mutual fear brings respect. Mutual fear brings respect. Mutual fear brings respect. What do you mean by mutual fear? Meaning that if you fear me and I fear you, we'll respect each other. But if I fear you and you don't fear me, you're going to disrespect me. The other way around. And so if you want people to respect you and not be stepping on your toes, you need to carry yourself with a very strong personality. You need to make your yes and your no your no. You need to be clear about everything that you say. You're not like maybe. You need to be very serious. This is a very important lesson for people who are especially in business or who are in places where there's a lot of competition. Life is competitive on its own. Okay, so in your career path, in your anything, you need to prove your mettle, you need to prove your worth, and you need to put your foot down. You need to put your foot down. That people that prodigies and just apprentices that are trained in different lines of businesses that I do just mention that shameless plug, I do makeup artistry and I do male and female clothes. So I have an atelier where I do all of this work then. And so I have people that are trained, and I always teach them this about business and about life, that it's mutual fear that brings respect. And sometimes you tell an apprentice or a prodigy, this word is so difficult, it's called a prodigy. All right, I'll just stick to apprentice. You tell an apprentice, go tell this person this and that and that. I want this done, I want this done, I want this done, I want this done. They go to the person and start acting like some domesticated animal. And Rafa said that, and Rafa said that, and when they come back to me, I'm like, that's not how I told you to say it. That's not how I told you to say. That's why people walk all over you, because you're acting like a cat. Just acting like some domestic animal. Life is a jungle. I don't even like domestic animals. I like wild animals. Life is like that. You need to be tough. You need to be stern, without which people walk over you. That's the truth. People, if they have an opportunity to disrespect you and they know you won't do anything, they will do it. Because after all, you won't say nothing. But if they know that you're kind of crazy, they really try to avoid problems with you. Okay? When people know that if they step on your toes and you're going to light fire on their hair, they avoid trouble with you. But if you carry yourself like this floor carpet, and I know that God just says forgive people and be patient with people, but sometimes people take it for granted. Okay? And I've seen this a lot with friends, and they say, I'm a Christian, I really don't lash out like that. And that's why people talk to you like a fool. That's why people disrespect you. And people don't do it to me. Nobody stresses me up. Nobody does it. Okay? So we need to get that done. We need to understand that it's mutual fear that brings respect. I'm not saying that go around and bully people. I'm just saying that go around with a strong aura, with a strong atmosphere around you, for people to know that you mean business. You're not here to joke. You're not here to laugh around. You're not here to kid with people. You're here for business. When you're doing business, you must have that aura. When you're relating with people, you must draw those boundaries, without which they'll cross. They'll cross boundaries and they'll just make the lines blurred. There'll be no clear-cut separation. So you need to get to this place where you come with a strong aura and a strong personality, and you have integrity, and you let people know that your yes is your yes and your no is your no. So the fifth and last lesson I want to show you is that humility is young ambition's ladder. Humility is young ambition's ladder. When you see people that are too humble, it's suspicious. It's very, very suspicious. I'll give you a good example. You don't really treat people nice, and they just keep remaining loyal to you. In normal circumstances, when you don't treat people nice, they walk away. Okay, it gets to a point where they say, I can't continue with this, but it shows that they want something from you. So when I see somebody that's too humble, it becomes suspicious to me. I'll give you a good example. I grew up very effeminate, and it's something that I say all the time, and I'm working on all of that, still working, because it's something that you work on. And even when you chat a girl, they'll be like, oh, so if people want to stand in front of me to chat me, you too, come and stand. Okay, so I know you might be like, oh, Rafa, you're cute. Rafa, well, people grow cute as time goes on, but this was the situation that time. And once I had a business, everybody started treating me nice. I'm telling you the truth, even people who treated me bad before, they just became so nice. You, Rafa. And people started adding uncle to my name and started adding things to my name. And people that were even younger, older than me, I'm like, your mother gave birth to you, they didn't show you all your uncles. So people treat you nice and all of that. It's just fake respect and fake humility. Okay, so you need to be very, very careful. People hang around you and they're just acting humble and things like that. It must not necessarily be. The people I actually hang around and that I love hanging around are people that can look me in the eye and say, you're crazy. And what you said was disrespectful. People that can correct you, people that can, they're not scared of you. And are not just warming up to you, and they're not just trying to please you and all of that. Once I discover that people are just trying to warm up to me and you become an annoyance. Okay? Because humility is young ambitions. Lather, it shows that you have some ulterior motives. Okay, so all of that said, I'll just run you through the 5 different brutal life lessons. The first is that respect is never handed to you. Respect must be earned. I don't care if you're the firstborn of that family. I don't care if you've been there before everybody. I don't care if you started singing the choir before everybody. You have to earn respect with people. Okay, you have to continually prove that you need to be respected. The next thing is that human beings don't love you for no reason. They love you always with a because. And so for you to remain loved and relevant, you need to find out, why am I loved? What is it that people love about me? And you stick to that. Okay. And the other thing is that you're only good. That's the third thing. You're as good as your last performance. So for you to remain continuously relevant, whether an entertainer, a father, a mother, an administrator, you need to keep upping your game and developing new skills and, staying on top of your game, without which you become obsolete. Nobody wants just an old record. We don't want people who, we want fresh stuff. Okay, so in every aspect of your life, whether you're an entertainer or whatever, you need to keep things fresh, without which people get tired of you faster than you think. The fourth thing is that mutual fear brings respect. Don't be carrying yourself around like some domestic animal, because life is a jungle. Okay, you need to be tough. You need to come with this strong atmosphere. I'm not saying move around and intimidate people, but I'm saying that just be firm and you let people know that with Rafa you don't cross this line. And I take exception to such questions, and I will not allow you to disrespect me. It's as simple as that. Somebody says something to you in public and it offends you. You say, I take offense to that and I feel that it's disrespectful. I don't allow people to talk to me that way. You're not allowed to disrespect me. You're not allowed to say trash about me. Okay? And the last thing is that humility is young ambitions ladder. When people are too humble, it's suspicious. All right. So those are the 5 brutal life lessons. I hope that you've learned something. And I hope that these lessons may help you now to guide your life and steer your life towards the right direction and become a better person. Okay? My name is Rafa Godlove. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'll see you some other time. Bye-bye.